afternoon, I guess, from the Pacific Northwest. My name is Copper Bear. I go by Amelie as well. The chat is connecting, and so people are being notified. But today we are doing an outdoor setup. That it chat connected to chat. So if somebody could say hi, I see you. I don't know if it's my connection, but it's like spinning. Hopefully you can hear me. Okay. Okay, well, I'll continue on, I guess, and let me know if it still cuts in and out. I can stream from Twitch as well, and it won't let me stream from other sources, so we'll just go with it. All right. Well, I'll introduce myself again. My name is Copper Bear. We're going to be making blackberry pie filling today, and as we continue on, just pop questions in the chat and I will answer anything that you would like to know as best to my ability. I've been canning for probably around 15 years, so I have quite a bit of experience doing it, and we'll just get started. I'm really sad about the frame rate. I was hoping that I got a little bit better, but I think it's probably because I'm in a 2-bar reception, so we'll just go with it. Probably around 15 years, so I have, okay. We are going off of a pie filling recipe for blackberries and cherry pie filling, like almond extract to kind of bring out the flavor of the cherries. For this recipe, we don't have to do that. We're going to be using lemon juice, and you want to get bottled lemon juice. I think it's Cornabees is a brand that I used before. And the last thing, so we've got that blackberries, and then I've got a big 5-gallon bucket of sugar filled up, and I use C&H. It's a little bit cheaper, but it is also non-GMO verified, so I like to use this. You can use organic sugar, whatever you want, whatever you have available. That's just what I had available for me to use, so it was good. And so we're gonna berries, sugar, clear gel, water, or you can use fruit juice. I typically use water only. Got a nice rolling boil going on here. I use clear gel, and I just use regular water. I think blackberries either for jelly, like a blackberry jelly, or as a juice for your liquids. And then obviously the bottled lemon juice, and that's all there really is to it. Getting started, for those of you that are new to canning, you're gonna want the newer ones. It's great because it has these little layers in here where it shows how many quarts you're at. So this is 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. And 11 is probably about a 1/2 inch from the lip here. And I have I like them because these are really nice. This is a nice big one for canning. I've used smaller ones, but if you can get a bigger one, that's great. This one, I paid $40 for this. And then I have a stainless steel canner, and this one is designed for canning, and so it comes with the little rack at the bottom to prevent the jars from touching the bottom and getting damaged. And I always sterilize my jars as I'm heating up my liquid, and I keep the lid on to keep the moisture in, otherwise it'll just escape as steam. Rebecca Bear, hi Rebecca Bear, welcome. Okay, and then for the other things that you're going to need, I like to have teaspoons and tablespoons. So I have a 1/2 teaspoon, a tablespoon, just in case I need it. I have a cup measure. I also have a 1/2 cup measure that I keep in my my 5-gallon. So what I have is water. So this is water. I'm outside, and that's pretty much all you're going to need. You can get very creative. Don't use aluminum. If you have it, use enamel or use stainless steel. It's going to not affect your food very much, so that will be very additive-free jam or jelly that you can get. And we're at 21, so 22, 23, and 24. And we have a little measure in here so we can look, and this is just above that 5 quarts line, so we can pretty rest assured that we're at that nice moneymaker spot. And then lighting this, you probably want to get one of those long lighters, but I don't have one right now. So you can see this is a pretty hardcore burner. It's nice and big, so it's kind of nice. So for water, we're gonna want 5.5 cups, or you can use liquid. Try not to use tap water if you can. Doing 5.25. I'm hoping everything looks okay. Looks like my frame's for some reason still. And this is a lot of sugar, so don't get, like, this is going over, this is about a cup per pot. And I am just making sure this Sure Gel is not clumping in here. It's not going to be as clumpy as like cornstarch, but you just want to kind of break them up a little bit. So blackberry cobbler, there's like a couple different styles that people do. Some people do like a crust on the top, where it's not using self-rising flour, and some people like what's that, Bisquick or whatever, whatever. So I'd be curious to know like what people prefer. I know in the South they like that self-rising flour recipe. And I don't know. I kind of like the biscuit top because I can make a bunch of biscuit for the top and just kind of control how much goes in there and have it be like a good mix that I prefer. And like I said, you can get this from Amish. I learned about it a few years ago and I started using it, and I really love the clear gel. This is going to be such a fast process after we're done. I'm going to be like, whoa. That was probably the hardest thing, is getting set up. Isn't that true for most things, though? Of your jar, that's for both. The process. And we are watching for bubbling. And it's starting to do that. Now, what does matter when you're doing this is your sea level, alleged sea level, right? If you're at 0 to 1,000, it'll just be what the recipe says, but just make sure if you're above 1,000 feet in Denver, then it would be, say, if you're in Eugene, which I'm very close to sea level. And this recipe makes 7 quarts, but I'm only doing 6 in my water bath canner. Okay, it's getting nice and thick. It's got this lovely consistency, like for pie. And now I'm going to turn this down. I'm just going to keep it on low. And we're going to start to dish these in. I'm just going to keep that there to reduce the amount of leakage onto that's all like totally okay. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Okay. One thing I forgot to mention is that I'm going to be pickling, but I use this vinegar here to clean the lips off of my one by one. Out of here. And I'm hand tightening them. I'm not using a lot of force, I'm just getting it so I know it's closed. It's not super tight at all. We're just trying to keep these as clean as we can. Okay, now I'm going to gently I say gently because I want to slowly warm it up so it doesn't go from, it's warm right now, but I don't want it to go from super cool. I've done that with a lot of pickles because I ice bath my pickles before I throw them into the jar raw pack. And you don't want them touching each other. You can fit 7 quarts in here, but you don't want them touching each other, nestled up real close like. You want them to have a little bit of room to jiggle and to have water go around. This is really tall here. You can see the water got really high. And then once this gets up to a boil, we'll start counting down our time. And depending on where you're at, it's going to be 30 minutes from where I'm at, and then it goes up in 5-minute increments. So from 1,001 to 3,000 feet above sea level, it's going to be 35 minutes for these quarts, and then it's the same for pints, and then it's going to be from 3,000 to 6,000 feet, it's going to be 40 minutes. If you're higher than that and you're canning, like, really good job, because I don't know how much stuff grows up that high. But use any breezes that come by so that they don't explode all over the place and create a big mess, and then you lose your harvest. And what else? I think that's pretty much it. I hope that was helpful. Thank you exactly for sticking around and watching. And I'm going to watch the replay and make sure that it's all good. I'm having a feeling that it's not going to be any good. I think the bit rates go up and down, so I don't know. Or maybe it did really well. Anyways, well, take care. I will post pictures to IG and to Beartaria Times. If you don't have the app, get the app. It's $15.49 a year, and it's all good stuff. There's no politics, there's no crazy